Alex Kai's here with a home in Seattle, and welcome to August. I hope that you've been staying busy these days in quarantine. Reading? Crafting? I don't know, what else are people doing these days with their time? Anyways, I almost feel guilty because the housing market's kind of hot right now. It's weird. I have a new listing coming on the market. I've helped a few people buy homes, either being new to town or just longtime residents looking for a new housing situation. Make sure that you subscribe and like down below, and let's grab a coffee and dive into the housing stats. Because there are 1,721 homes for sale in the city of Seattle today, and there's a lot to look at. Okay, to begin here, let's look at listings versus sales, which is a good metric of supply versus demand. Okay, again, here's listings versus sales. The numbers don't really matter here. We're looking more at the relationship between listings in black and sales in blue. So I've pulled out a few years of data here. You can see that July 2020 and here going back to June of 2018. These dips here and here are in the winter months. Those are both January. And you can see that it's not all that dissimilar. We still have climbs in the spring and summer months, and we have the usual gap between number of listings and number of sales. It's a little bit smaller right now, and everything was a little delayed because we missed the springtime surge, as a lot of people like to call it, where a lot of homes come on the market in about April. So it's still pretty hot out there. There's a little bit of a gap, but there's a lot of competition out there. We're not seeing as many listings as we did last year or the year before, but we're just a little bit behind. So what's it like out there for buyers? Well, if you're thinking about buying a house, then there's a lot of different strategies that you should keep in mind. If you're expecting multiple offer situations, which there are a number of them happening right now, then really you need to have the best terms. It's not all about the price, it often comes down to that, but sometimes you can beat out a higher purchase price with a shorter closing date or a tighter contract. Let's look at sales by price range. Okay, this is kind of a fun new metric that I found. This is sales by price range. So these are the number of listings going up and down and the price going side to side. So I just looked at about 1 million to 200,000, and this gives us a good idea of what the most competitive homes are going for. At the peak is about $600,000, and you can see that about 600,000 to 800,000. These are the most competitive homes out there. It's what people want the most. It's what they're buying. So if you're out there looking for that, expect multiple offer situations and be prepared to really compete for those homes. I just saw kind of an interesting report from Redfin that I thought you might be interested in. They say that 13.7% of people selling their homes these days are planning to move out of the area, and that's compared to 11.2% from this time last year. You know, the true diehard Seattleites probably aren't going anywhere anytime soon because you really can't get what Seattle has to offer anywhere else, with the mountains, with the urban culture, with all the water around here. It's pretty great. Okay. Finally, let's look at list price to sales price ratio. You can see we're sitting at about 101.5% right now. I don't know, we've been holding fairly steady for the past few months. We're seeing quite a bit of competition out there, but it's not going totally out of control yet. You can see that, I always recommend buying a home in the winter months because you can usually find a deal. There's a little bit less competition out there. There's also less listings, so less inventory to choose from, but you usually get a good price for what you can find. So all of the headlines out there are saying that there's no inventory right now, and prices are going out of control. And, it's a bit of an exaggeration, but we are a little bit lower on inventory than we should be this time of year. But give it time. It's growing still, and if you're looking to make a home in Seattle, then your perfect home will come up eventually. That's it. Thanks for joining me. Bye.